Hey everybody, my next guest is an all-around entertainer who has been performing all around the world in boy bands, acting in films like Rock of Ages. He's a cast member of MTV's Wild 'N Out and comedy boy band like Five Alive that we might have seen on America's Got Talent. And he will be on Fox's I Can See Your Voice this Wednesday, coming up January 31st. Here he is, the one and only Elgin David. Elgin, how you doing, bro?
Yo, bro, it's so good to be back on the show. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's awesome to see you, man. The last time we had you on, it was still, I think, still just kind of getting out of the COVID era. And
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't been on a Zoom meeting since like back in the COVID days. So I wanted to bring it back to the nostalgia of COVID. So I got to be honest with you right now. I don't have any pants on right now, bro.
there you go.
Um,
Neither do I. So we got.
there you go. But remember, that was a wild time though, wasn't it? But it's the world has turned back on. It's been a good time, man.
Yeah, man, we got back at it. We're all there, and you had great advice back then too. I remember you telling everybody, because it was, I think we were in the heart of it. Because I remember you had some really good advice where you basically telling everybody, listen, we're gonna get through this.
Yeah.
Just stay safe, and don't panic that this will pass. So
Yeah, don't panic, and at the same time, keep your blinders on and keep grinding and keep working, keep writing, keep sending your stuff out there, and when this all opens up, I always say, you never have to get ready if you stay ready. So just keep prepping, keep training. I thought it was a great time actually because you got to just like focus and you don't have to worry about anything going out anywhere. I kind of took it like if you watch Dragon Ball, the cartoon, they put yourself in like a hyperbolic time chamber where you just get to train and have to focus on anything else. So for me, it was really beneficial. I love the COVID time. I kind of miss it actually, man. I miss that. I miss the stimulus checks. Let's go. Bring
yeah,
that
you got the
money back.
stimulus checks. But like you
Bring
said,
it.
it was a weird time. It did feel like time stood still for a little bit. Like when you think back at that time, it's just crazy, man. Like like what do you call it? A hyperbolic time chamber? That's
Yeah.
exactly what it was.
Yeah, man, and it was crazy. It's crazy to think that the whole world shut down for a while. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Let me just say thank you so much for representing from Long Island, the hometown boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Representing
man.
for Bayshore, Brentwood.
Yes,
Shout
indeed.
shout out to anybody watching from my hometown of Bayshore. I love you guys. I
Yeah,
represent Bayshore anytime I get.
they
So
sure represent, man.
for sure.
Yeah, man. And there's some like you're from Bayshore. What's his name? The MMA fighter,
Um.
Matt Serra. It's Matt
Oh,
Serra.
Matt Sarah's from Bayshore. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so and then who else was Bayshore guy? You know who was born in Bayshore,
Who?
at Southside Hospital, LL Cool J, and
Oh,
then
get out of here.
and I think I'm not
And I
sure.
think Craig Mack was from Bayshore too.
Well, Craig Mack was definitely, yeah, because he's from around the way. So I had a Bayshore address, but I went to Brentwood schools,
Okay,
and I think that was the same with Craig because I actually worked with Craig Mack. God bless up in heaven there, Craig Mack.
of
But
course.
but he I used to work with him at Toys R Us, man, because
Oh, get out of here.
he was already a quasi local celebrity because he
Yeah.
had his first song. He had a song. He could never make it today, but the song back then was called "Let's Get Retarded," and it was.
May sound like a cliche, but like Frank Sinatra, I'ma do it my way. So there's my funky intro. I have started, now Jay get on the cut, so I can get retarded.
and he went by Easy. He wasn't Easy E, but it was like something like that. He had a different name, and
Yeah.
so everybody knew him because in Brentwood especially. And then I worked with him, and we would rap battle all the time, and he would just smoke me, man. Like it was just like
Dude, that's awesome though that you got to like that you were cool with him, man.
yeah, he was awesome, dude. And yeah, I worked with him at Toys R Us, man. We would work the night shift,
Which
and
Toys R Us? The one over on Sunrise Highway?
yeah, that's the one, bro.
That's what's
Yeah.
up, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I used to work right next to the Toys R Us. It was one of my first jobs, and this is a stupid story, but there was a karate school that was like right next to that Toys R Us, and the guy would have us dress up in a Power Ranger costume and stand in front of the Toys R Us and try to get kids to sign
Dude,
up
I
for
remember
free
that.
karate classes. So one day, I'm standing in front of the Toys R Us. I got the power. It's been the first day of work. I was only at 45 minutes. I was out there with the little clipboard trying to get kids to sign up for class. And it's basically like everybody gets a free class.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but you sign up anyway. Like you might win a free class. Everybody wins. So 45 minutes, this kid goes riding by on a bike and he's like, hey, Power Ranger. And I was like, yeah, ha, ha. He's like, gay. And I was like, yo, I quit. I went into the karate school and I took the helmet off. I threw it in there and I was like, yo, man, I quit this job and wash this suit because it stinks. And I left. It was the fastest job I ever left.
Dude, I kid you not. My son went to that karate class, and I don't know if it was we got lured in for a Power Ranger or not, but when you sign up, you get a free gi, and then they set you all up, and you go in there. Dude, that's so crazy, bro.
That's hilarious. That was my first
dude.
One of my first jobs, and then my second job was at South Shore Outdoor, which is on Main Street in Bayshore.
Yeah, man.
You know, selling sports equipment and stringing up lacrosse sticks for everybody. It was cool, man.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy, man. Yeah, definitely hometown kid, man. And yeah, all the stuff. You remember Marty's Clothing? It was right there too, and Bruno's Pizzeria, I think, was on the same kind of strip on that.
Yeah, and I think now it's like I don't know what and Best Buy's over there, and I remember a place in Long Island called Cheap John's. Remember that place?
Oh yeah, Cheap John's was the best. Cheap John's, come.
Yo, I miss Long Island, man. I miss it so much.
Yeah, man, we miss you out here, man. But you got all these great memories and all that, and you've been popping, doing all kinds of stuff. You know what? When I was getting ready to talk to you, man, I started checking out some of the other stuff, and I wasn't really tuned into the Five Alive stuff, so I started watching all the Five Alive stuff, bro.
Yeah,
it was pretty awesome, man. I love what you guys were doing. We had like a whole, was that show just a YouTube show or what was that?
Yeah. Okay, so the story behind Five Alive was, I've been making music with my buddies for a long time. I was in a couple different boy bands, traveled to Germany in a boy band, and then I did another boy band here locally. So it was first Image in Germany, and then I was here locally with State Road 7. And then, I got into stand-up comedy, was doing comedy for a while. And then me and my buddies got back together to do like a comedy boy band. So we made a song called Sex This Christmas, it was a legit song, but then it was like, the best gift of all, let's have some sex this Christmas, whatever. It started off as don't be my ex this Christmas. And I was like, yo, let's just change it and make it funny. Let's have some sex this Christmas. So we turned it into that, and then what ended up happening, the song went kind of mini viral on Facebook. Yeah. And America's Got Talent reached out to us and was like, hey, are you guys a legit boy band? And we were all like, yes.
Hi, mi gente, it's your boy Benny.
What's going on, guys? I'm Shannon.
I'm Garrett.
What's up, ladies? I'm Jordan.
I'm Davey Boy, and we are
Five Alive.
So we came up with like fake names, fake ages, fake backstory, everything. And when we went on the show, we actually signed up as like I was 17 years old. This is my 18-year-old friend, this and that. We're in our mid 30s, early 40s at this point, right? So and they buy it. They bought it all. So we made sure to always stay in character when we were backstage talking to production, X, Y, and Z. But yeah, we actually ended up doing a web series, and we wrote a couple scripts, me and the guys, and we ended up doing like a 5-episode web series. And we really just were trying to see how far we can go with the whole comedy boy band thing. And it was a lot of fun to do. We had a great time doing it. And obviously we got America's Got Talent. It kind of fizzled out and everybody went their separate ways. But when it was popping, it was really fun.
Dude, it looked like you guys were having a blast. Like when I was watching some of the episodes, you could see you guys are actually having fun while you're doing it. It looked like a great time. And then to get the icing on the cake and to get onto America's Got Talent and to be in front of the judges. And you guys actually you're all arts, like really talented. You can sing, dance, do the whole thing. You have all the tools of a boy band, you know what I mean? And
yeah, that's the cool thing about the guys. Like everybody is individually talented in their own right. They're all actors, dancers, singers, rappers. So it was like the perfect combination of everybody coming together to just form this super group, but do it in a funny way. And it was even funnier for me. The best thing about it was that we were pulling a farce over on everybody with the fake ages, names.
The fake ages are the best.
Relationships, and that was the funnest part for me, was just like staying in character and having to fool everybody. So that was a lot of fun.
Just tell me something about how you all met, what you do for a living.
We were best friends growing up. and they're cousins.
And you, sir?
We met him. He's Jordan's sister's best friend.
You in the hat, sir?
Oh, I work for a private limo company.
Oh, see, he just drove them here
I drive
tonight.
people.
And how old are you?
19, 18.
20.
18, 20.
Okay, and what's the dream, guys?
Well, with everything going on in the world today, I think what America really needs is a boy band.
That's right.
Did they ever find out? Like, did you and how far do you guys get? Like, so with Simon and them, did they pass you, or what happened?
So Simon, right from the jump, was like, I don't like these guys. So he gave us the X. But the other 3 judges, they moved us on to the next round. So we made it past that first episode. But then I'm pretty sure production did their due diligence and looked into us, and they were like, yo, these guys are phony baloney. So when we came back for the next round, they were just like, we performed, and they basically had nothing to say. They were just like, next. So
Yeah.
I feel like they finally like went in and was like, yo, this guy's 40 years old.
It's driving me out of my mind.
Yeah, because Simon, that's what he does, right? He finds boy bands. So you guys.
Yeah, specifically, he said like, this isn't the type of boy band that I like. But Mel B loved it. Howie loved it. He got it.
Yeah,
but also,
yeah.
I think, when we came back, I think we took it a little too serious. We could have stayed more comedy with it. But it is what it is. We had a blast. They flew us out to LA both times. We got to go to LA and chill, and all expenses paid. So it was like, all we got to do is like, as soon as we leave the hotel, just stay in character all the time. And it was mad fun.
Yeah, that's great, man. And you had the ball in your court because they came to you, man. So it wasn't like you went to them originally. So you were able to set it up easier than, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, totally. It's always a blessing when things just fall in your lap like that, because it doesn't always work out that way. Either you're auditioning and doing callbacks and getting rejected a million times. So for them to reach out to us, it was like, yo, all we gotta do is just go kill it, and let's see how far it goes. So
Right on, man. That's awesome.
yeah, man, it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play some of the clips. We'll actually watch one right now.
Let's go to the clip. Yo, that was awesome. Oh man, that clip was great, wasn't it?
That was awesome. I love that one.
Yo, I'm having so much fun. My face hurts, bro.
So you were you were on Wild 'N Out, which always seems to be Wild 'N Out lately. Cast members of Wild 'N Out seem to be getting into the news a lot lately. But I just want to talk before we get into that side of the Wild 'N Out.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you on there for? You were there for a couple seasons?
I was there for one season, season 8, and literally, if you blink, you miss it.
Right.
Because it's I got to give credit to everybody on that cast. Everybody on that cast is a beast. Superstars, very, very funny. And everybody is fighting for airtime. You know what I mean? You shoot each episode for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then, of course, they cut it down to a 22-minute episodic television show. So everybody is fighting to get their jokes in. And, of course, only the top jokes, the best jokes make it on air. So, I got to be honest. I don't think I performed at my top level. Especially going against everybody I did. I had a few moments, but it didn't work out for me. I was on 3 episodes in a 21 episode season. Right. And then even in those 3 episodes, I was on very minimal stage time. But what was cool was they did a MTV2 stand-up comedy special, and I got to do just straight up stand-up.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Which was really fun, but I was still kind of green. And, it wasn't, again, how we're perfectionists. I'll look back and I'll beat myself up a million different times. Oh, I should have done this, said this, did this joke, did this in this order, whatever it is. We pick it apart when it comes to stand up. So, most importantly, it was a lot of fun. It was an amazing opportunity. And it was about being, like I said before, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. I was super prepared when the opportunity to even audition for the show came up. Like, they're looking for rappers, dancers, comedians, and people who are good at improv and things that I've been doing forever, my whole life. You know what I mean? So when it came time to audition, bro, it was like, it was in the bag.
Right. Yeah.
So it was like, it was really cool. It was a good, fun time, man. I would love to go back and do it again. You know what I mean? But who knows?
I could see it getting super competitive. You got a bunch of eager young people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's in the same pocket. You know, everybody's funny, quick-witted,
Yeah.
improv, all that kind of stuff. But is there camaraderie, or is everybody like? Because I know I seen like behind the scenes of some of the rehearsals, and it seems like it's a lot of improv games and stuff like that. So how
Yeah,
much?
I mean, there's definitely a lot of camaraderie. You know, for when I auditioned for the season 8, it's the first season that they were coming back from MTV2, and they were going to be back on MTV, the main
Right, yeah.
channel. So they ended up bringing 20 hopefuls, and out of those 20, 10 made it on the show, and 10 didn't. So that was like the first audition was like a bunch of people. They did like a search. But then like the boot camp, which I call it was like a week long of just like learning how to interact with each other, how to do the improv games, what games that were actually played on the show. And you'd have like they say go and write a couple jokes. Everyone has 5 minutes. You'd all go to different sides of the room, and then we all come present to Nick and the producers and everybody. And then we'd have to battle each other. We have to do a bunch of like zip zap zop and a bunch of improv games and things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then after that first week, they whittled down to 20 to 10. And, you know, luckily I was one of the 10 who made it. And then they do another week where they integrate you with the cast that's already like the main cast, the top stars.
Right,
And
right.
that's when you start to build relationships with them and learn how they work. They learn how you work. And yeah, it was really cool because, you know, like people like, I got to give big props to Chico Bean. Chico Bean was like a really great mentor to like the newer people and helping them out and helping them work on their bits and like punch stuff up. So Chico was great, but everybody was really great, man. Carlos, DC Young Fly, Conceited, Justina Valentine, like everybody was really great, man. It was a lot of fun to work with them. And Matt Rife was great on the show as well. Really cool to work with him as well. So
Yeah.
it was a freaking awesome experience, man, and something that I'll never forget. I'll cherish it forever, man.
Dude, even when I'm watching some of the highlights of your season with you on there and stuff, like you could see that you and Chico kind of had a bond. It just came through. I don't, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, for sure. Like he was just, again, he was like a big brother in a way. Like when we'd be working on these things, especially in that second week of boot camp, when it was integrating like the newbies with the older cast or the established cast, you know, he took you under his wing and he told you like, you know, just how to punch things up. You should do this. And like, he really like knew he has a good eye for like people's strengths, and he had a good way of like pulling it out of you. So yo, much props and respect to Chico Bean, man.
Yeah,
Haven't seen him, haven't talked to him in a long, long time, but if he ever ends up watching this, yo, Chico, you're dope, bro.
Smoking in the stairwell, smoking in the stairwell, smoking in the stairwell. Now you all out.
yeah, and I think those type of being in that kind of environment, whether it's for a short time or a long time, you learn so much because it is like a boot camp, and you're going to come out better than you were no matter what.
100%.
What's some of the takeaways you got from like on the improv? Like, were there any of the tools that got sharpened more than others? Like,
Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing I took out of it is just to take chances. You know what I mean? Like, don't hold back because they're gonna go 1,000 miles an hour. So like, don't hold back. If you think it's stupid, just say it anyway. You never know if it's gonna get a laugh. And you know, with comedy too, and that applies to stand up too. Like, you don't know who's gonna react to your joke, who's gonna relate to your joke. But if you never tell it, then how will you ever know?
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sometimes you have to take those chances and be willing to bomb. You know what I'm saying? And don't take it personal. You just go back in the lab and rework it. And that's a lot. I gotta be honest. A lot of the chances I took, they bombed hard. But you have to just come back and don't be scared, because again, you never know what's gonna work and what's not. So that's definitely one of my big takeaways, is just to just believe in yourself and just go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, man, resilience is key, and to not take it personal is really good advice.
You have to have a thick skin, especially in this industry, man, because you know everybody's fighting for the same thing. Everybody wants to be successful, whatever that means for you. Everyone wants to be successful and be recognized, and everyone wants to be appreciated, and most importantly, you know, you want your jokes to hit. But even if they don't, you can't quit. You got to get back up and keep moving, man.
Yeah, that's it, man. And what a better way to do it than when you just in that environment where just boom, 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 quick hits, like in the battles or whatever.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that they they do in those. When it comes to improv games and all that kind of stuff, I just think it sharpens you up and gets you on the next
100%.
level.
100%.
Yeah.
And you gotta be able to take constructive criticism, man, because people are trying to lift you up, and if you take it personal, like I said earlier, like you're not gonna move forward. People are gonna not want to work with you, like, oh, he's soft, or if, like I said, you gotta have a thick skin, and be willing to just like take the advice, take what you can from it, what applies to you, and move forward. Or even if not, be appreciative that somebody even reached out in the first place to want to give you advice.
Right on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, attitude is everything, man. You got to be coachable, and I tell that to like interns or young people or whatever. I'm like, you have to be coachable, because I used to tell my interns all the time, if I had one of those who knows everything, I go, I can't teach you if you know everything already. Like,
dude, I say that all the time. I'm like, I forget what movie it's from. I forget what movie it's from, but he talks about like, if your cup is full, right? Then how can I fill your cup? So
Right.
Empty your cup.
right.
So I can fill it with some knowledge. I forget what movie it's from. It's like a Jet Li movie or something. It might be Forbidden Kingdom with Jet Li and Jackie Chan. I don't know. I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan, man. So
Hell yeah! If I find that clip, I'm gonna play it right now.
Stop, it's full.
Exactly. How can you fill your cup if already full? How can you learn Kung Fu? You already know so much. No shadow kick, put upon. Empty your cup. Hopeless. It is hopeless.
So a lot of people who came from Wild 'N Out, was Katt Williams? He was on the cast in that at one point. I don't know if he's on with you season.
no, I don't think he was on a season with me, but Katt Williams was definitely a staple in Wild 'N Out, and he really helped Wild 'N Out succeed, in my opinion. He first of all, Katt Williams is hilarious. I've always loved and been a huge fan of Katt. I love his writing. I love his storytelling ability. I love his act outs. His everything about him, the way he says things. He's hilarious. He's one of the tops. So definitely one of my top favorite comedians. But yeah, he was definitely a big part of Wild 'N Out, and you can go back and watch huge compilation videos on YouTube of all his like greatest moments, but he's had a lot of them. So be prepared to sit down and watch a long video, because man, he's one of the greatest.
Hey Spanky, turn around so I can tell you something. You look like a badass belly button, and you and your crew, y'all can't hurt me. We all got on the same clothes, y'all still look dirty.
Yeah, and he has a knack for like just recently, Club Shay Shay, that whole interview.
Dude, I've watched it about 50 times. I love it.
He broke the internet with that one.
Yeah.
And it's kind of refreshing, even if he wasn't, like a lot of people say he might have exaggerated it, whatever the thing is. But in either case, I think it's refreshing when someone just kind of just goes all out and just, spills it without fear.
And these guys, they take my advice, they change their whole persona, and then they hate me for it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's successful, he's established, he tours, and he has nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not just speak from your chest and say what you got to say, get it off your chest? Because again, he doesn't have to pander to anybody. It's not like he's like looking for work, or he's successful, dude. So that's why I kind of believe a lot of what he's saying, even though I don't have any, stake in the game. I don't have any cards on the table, but the way he comes across and the way he speaks, I kind of believe a lot of the stuff he has to say, and especially now that everybody's dropping all the receipts.
Yeah,
there's so many YouTube videos of he'll say something, and then somebody will post a video of that exactly what he said happened.
Is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. All my enemies all look the same in the eyes, whether it's Faison, Wanda, Aries, Spears, they all look like. Man, what you?
And I mean, there were some things that I wouldn't personally do, like go disrespect people's wives and whatnot, and if they're not involved in it.
That was cold when he said that.
Yo, I was like, wow, that was a little much, but that's me though.
If you sign up for their program, you get a light skin, weird face wife that never do an interview.
Oh, man, come on.
Listen, in 20 years won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and that she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people.
He's bigger than me. I would never do that. I think he is literally bigger than me. I think he's like 5'4". Yeah, I'm only 5'2", so you know what I mean? Actually, I'm standing on tippy toes right now. Look.
Are you really? You're 5'2", for real?
Yeah, I'm 5'2", man. I barely made it, but we're here.
Yeah,
we're here
go,
now,
bro. There you go, man. Yeah. So yeah, the whole thing with Katt was crazy, and like you said too, nobody, even people that retorted, like whoever might have fired back. What's his name, did a rap, Ludacris, and a couple other people answered, but nobody's ever said he lied.
Yeah, no one has said he's lying, and that Ludacris rap was terrible. It was like he might as well have sang him a song. He might as well have like wrote him a poem or something. That was terrible. That was like, not Illuminati, I'm a Ludanati. Yo, that was the worst bar.
Never been Illuminati, only a Ludanati, and I only left with bitches when coming from any party.
I was expecting a lot more, but whatever. Again, Luda's another person who's super successful in his own right. He doesn't have to really answer back if he doesn't want to. Personally, I wish he didn't, because it didn't come across. But again, I have no stake in the game, so.
But now for
it's all entertaining. It's all entertaining.
Yeah, and you've been in the game at various levels. Have you ever had an encounter that may have been something like Illuminati, like the way they're trying to recruit you, or a gatekeeper, or nothing like what Katt was saying, like no one trying to do anything crazy, but just like, have you encountered anything where you felt like, if I gotta sell my soul or some kind of thing?
Nah, man, we can't talk about that right now, man. We can't talk. We can't. No, nah, man. I've never been approached by anybody like that. I'm still continuously grinding like crazy, going on auditions, and so yeah, no one's ever been like, "Yo, we want you to drink this cow blood and sign your name with your fingertip." No, nothing's ever happened. Now there's some weird thing people are talking about, like you got to drink the gold juice.
The gold juice?
If somebody gave me gold juice, I would melt it into a brick and sell it and bring it to I'd go to the nearest pawn shop and be like, yo, take the gold out of this. Shit, I'm still trying to filter Goldschlager to make that happen. But
so they melt down gold, so you got to drink gold juice, and that would be
I don't know. I saw there was an actress talking about it. She said that, somebody offered her, they said, hey, if you drink this gold juice, you'll get everything that you want in Hollywood. And she turned it down.
Wow.
You Google it. It's on YouTube and probably on TikTok. The gold juice. Let's cut to the clip right now.
Like, do you think there's a level of fame that is just too dangerous for a
psyche? So if you don't drink the Kool-Aid, you don't drink the gold juice. So I was offered the gold juice 3 times in my 20s, my 30s, and
What's
my 40s.
That? Pee? A lot of golden showers in
the
Burbank.
Gold juice that I will live forever and I'll have whatever I want. The gold juice. You never offered the gold juice?
No, I'm a scumbag comic. What's the gold juice?
I don't know.
If you ever get presented and somebody asks you to drink gold juice,
yes,
you drink it.
Yes. I will guzzle it down. We can have a drink off contest. Who could drink it faster?
I wonder, like, if I ever got presented, how I would be, because like somebody told me, like when the hypotheticals, for $1 million, would you do this? But then they're like, but it's easy to say no until somebody actually has that $1 million in a briefcase and they show it to you, physically show you it.
Yeah.
Then I think the decision gets a little bit muddled. It's a little bit harder to walk away.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know how religious you are or whatever, but you can't sell something that's not yours anyway. So they're getting duped in the long run.
Right.
So yeah, give me $10 million. You can take my soul because it don't belong to me anyway. It's God's.
Right. Exactly.
He owns it. So yeah, you can buy it, but you're dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
So go ahead. Give me a TV show. Give me a movie. Give me I'll host a game show. I don't care. But You know what I'm saying? So I don't really believe in that fact of the matter, but there is crazy stuff talking about like they sacrifice a member of your family or somebody's got to die. And you know what? In that thought, I wouldn't want to do it because
no way.
Because you know what, we're all getting taken one way or another at some time, and I'm not going to rob somebody else of their life so I can have opportunities. That's not how I want to make it, or I want to be successful. I want to make it on my own merit, on my own terms, on my own hard work, and on my own talent. So, all joking aside, I wouldn't accept it if I was presented, because I don't feel like that's the way that I'm meant to make it. And even if I don't make it beyond what I've already done, then it's not meant to be. I'm very content with where I am. I'm very happy. I have a great life, a great wife, a great my son, you know what I'm saying? A great everything. So, and I've had so many opportunities, man. So I have more blessings on the way, and I'm just gonna keep on grinding, bro.
Right on, man. Well said. And I agree with everything you said, because like for me, you know, it's always family first. So nothing like, because you look at a lot, especially when they talk, you know, Illuminati, whatever, with the rappers, especially, they always talk about that somebody always passed within their circle, whether it's a close friend, a relative, a parent, a kid. There's always somebody, and nothing's worth that, man. I'll just grind it out working 9 to 5s.
Yeah, bro. Because could you imagine just like living with that guilt? You know what I mean? What amount of money, mansions, boats, and all, you know, opportunities could take that thought out of your mind that, yo, I sacrificed so-and-so just so I can have all this. It wasn't worth it. Imagine like being one of your kids, bro. That how could you live with yourself?
Yeah, man. And you know, every time you go in your mansion, every time you drive your Bentley, whatever, you know that it's blood money.
Yeah, and you're like, yo, so-and-so should be here.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? You'd always have that splinter in your mind, like, yo, I'm a piece of shit, bro.
Right. Let me call Illuminati and tell them that you're not gonna. Yeah, he said no. No, I'm just kidding. So
Don's full of shit. I'm in. Sign me up.
And listen, you can have everything you want, all the fame in the world, all the money. I'm like, what if I just drank it? But then you know what I mean? Like, what if and I don't know what it is. If it's a metaphor for the gold juice, like, you feel what I'm saying?
Mostly.
So yeah, so Katt Williams opened up a bag of worms on that one, and then
I loved it. I've watched it so many times. I still go back and watch it again because it's just so. You know what? At the end of the day, it's so entertaining. It really is, and he's so funny the way he talks and tells stories. And who doesn't love some juicy drama, man? It's so fun.
Right on, man.
I love a nice hot cup of tea. I'm sitting there like,
it was great. I watched it. Yeah, I watched it once, the whole thing through, and then all the clips, man. I just keep watching them as they pop up to get a refresher of it. Oh yeah, man. What did he say about Diddy again?
I was like, yo, rewind that.
Yeah.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need a number. You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What do you say about Steve Harvey? Holy shit.
Yo, he went in on Steve Harvey talking about his wig.
Oh yeah, man.
He was like, Steve Harvey lost because he had a battle of comedy, and I told everybody he had a man unit.
That's a great dog.
How are you gonna come back from that after I told everybody he had a man unit? That's why he stopped doing comedy, not because he had 7 shows.
That's great, man. That's a great impression, bro. Oh, shit.
Katt's funny as hell, man. I love him. Shout out to Katt Williams.
Katt Williams, man. He's definitely one of the greats, man.
And you know his premium went up after that one.
I heard all his ticket prices went up, and I heard he's selling out venues left and right. I mean, I seen him once when he came through North Carolina. I see you coming there too in Raleigh. I lived in Raleigh for like 12 years. I worked for the Carolina Hurricanes for a bit.
Nice.
And in that stadium, Katt came through, and then I was like on the side of the stage shooting it, filming it. But oh man, that dude, he's definitely one of the greats, man.
Dude, I love it, man. I love them. And yeah, man, I will be back out in Raleigh this summer. Because I work with comic conventions, specifically with a company called GalaxyCon, and get to travel around. And I'm actually going to be in Richmond, Virginia in March. And basically, it's comic book convention, voice actors, comic book artists, people famous from doing TV shows, movies. And I'm one of the hosts. I get to be on stage, and I'm having an hour getting to conversate with some of the biggest stars from like Power Rangers. And recently I got to talk to Paula Abdul.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, man, like it's just super cool people, super influential people in pop culture. And then again, you get to see people dressed up in amazing cosplays, and also they do stand up at the shows as well. There's a stand up comedian, excuse me, Tyler Wood, and my really good friend Lisa Correo. And they do like the Revenge of the Nerd comedy show, or they'll do like the roast of Cartoon Network characters. And I jump on a lot of those shows and get to do a little stand up here and there as well. So it's a really, really fun time. And if you guys want to come out to GalaxyCon, go to galaxycon.com and get your tickets today.
Yeah, those cons always look cool, man. And I've talked to a few actors that've been through the con circuit, like Courtney Gaines. You know Courtney Gaines? He's the actor from what's that show? It was like a horror movie, Children of the Corn. He was the lead, and then he was.
Oh wow, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah,
That movie would scare the hell out of me. I didn't like going downstairs after that movie. That's why I got into parkour. I would just jump out the window.
But he says he loves the circuit, man, because it's always a lot of fun. You meet all kinds of people, from the fans and even the other people that are there on the circuit, signing autographs and meet and greets and all that stuff. So it seems like a lot of fun. I've been to a few, and they're always a blast. Always a blast.
It's definitely a good time. And like we're really close, like a close-knit family. All the people who work for the convention, all the hosts, all the moderators, all the volunteers, and everybody working behind the scenes staff. And also it's a great place to network and meet other people, like-minded individuals. I do voice acting as well, so I get to be on stage asking these questions to people who do basically what I do, but they've had obviously bigger opportunities or luck more than I've had. Like the thing is, it's cool. I always look at it like we're in the same industry. You just had different luck or opportunities than I did, but we both do the same thing. So I get to chop it up and ask for advice and here and there. Bro, recently I got to talk to Shamik Moore, who's the voice of Spider-Man in the movies, the animated Spider-Verse movies.
Oh, nice, man.
And then I got to talk to another Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man, from the video games. So like, bro, it's like you're in heaven, dude. You're talking to these people who you see on TV or movies. Like, look at my room. I'm a nerd, bro. Look at all this shit behind me, bro. I got all the pops. I got my DeLorean up on the wall over there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a nerd. I got all my Dragon Ball Z stuff there. Look, this table's a giant Atari.
Oh, damn. That's
Look
cool.
at that.
That's cool.
Yeah, buddy.
You had that custom made or something? That's cool.
Well, actually, the GalaxyCon office was throwing it out, and I'm like, no, you're not. You're throwing it to me. So I had to get a U-Haul. It was ridiculous. I had to get a U-Haul and rush over there, pick it up, return the U-Haul, and I still had to go to work that day. So it was a mission, but I got it.
Yeah, it's worth it. That's worth it.
You gotta fight for your right to game and to party, right, Beastie Boys? All
yes, right. Indeed, brother. Now, I saw, looking through your Instagram, I did see you doing the voices and the voiceover stuff, man. And you do you do any like cartoons, or because you have like a lot of voices in your pocket, man?
Yeah, dude. So I haven't done anything that anybody like would know or that's popular. A lot of the stuff that I do is like it's like a Spanish to English dub or some other language. They're dubbing it to English. So, and I've been working with this one studio in South Florida called Centauro Dubbing or Centauro Advertising or one or the other. And they get a lot of things from Latin America, from Italy, Spain, whatever it is. And basically we're dubbing those into English. So I've done a lot of work with them, a lot of great things from movies to cartoons. But again, nothing major or big, but it is great to use that type of footage to build my reel, build my portfolio, and trying to reach out. I would love to get in contact with some stateside animation studios like Funimation and Crunchyroll, which is in Dallas, is one of the biggest, anime studios dubbing some of the biggest animes.
Yeah, man.
I would love to get even just a voice test with them. You know what I mean? Which would be awesome. So if you're listening, Crunchyroll, why not put me on your roster as one of your voices?
That was awesome. That's great. Ask Crunchyroll about in Katt Williams' voice if they would do it.
All right. You Crunchyroll motherfuckers, you need to put me on with some voices, because if you don't, then you might as well go get Steve Harvey. You might as well go get little Kevin Hart. I'm terrible. Listen, I'm the worst at impressions. I'm terrible at.
That was great though. You killed it.
You get Steve Harvey and his man unit. Put him on your damn cartoon. Okay? That was terrible. I want to apologize to Katt Williams for my horrible impersonation of him. Impersonations, I'm terrible. Little cartoon voices and hey. And now I'm like some big goofy thing. Yeah. And now I'm really high and it's me, Elmo. Like I could do stuff like that. But when it comes to like impersonations, by the way, talking about impersonations, Ross Marquand is another person I got to interview at a recent convention. And I got to sit with him for an hour, and he is one of the most amazing impressionists. He could do everybody's voice. So I had a whole list of things. I was like, do Harrison Ford ordering a pizza. Now do Al Pacino ordering an Uber. Now do Christopher Walken as the GPS voice. And he was going on. I'm hoping that video comes out on YouTube at some point, because man, he was amazing. And then he told us how to do a Trump, and you got to go like this, and you got to go China. You got to do the huge China. It's all about this.
It's gonna be huge. Yeah, he does the dance.
It's gonna be tremendous. Look, believe me, China, believe me.
That's great.
But yeah, Ross Marquand was amazing, dude. He was really cool.
Awesome, man. And now with the Wild and Out controversies, they keep all these character people. There's Matt Rife was the other one of recent news of getting in trouble for
yeah. What did I forget what that was all about?
He did two things that I know of. I think the main thing that upset the ladies, because he's a heartthrobby comic. He's got he's like the Dane Cook of our era, of our time now.
Bro, he's handsome. He's good looking. He's chiseled. He has a perfect smile. He has that chiseled jawline that you could fucking crack a walnut with. Like come on, this guy. If you don't like him, you're gonna hate on him, because like, come on, he's a specimen. He's alpha male. In terms of come on, he was hooking up with Kate Beckinsale at one point.
Yeah, I know, man. That's why I got a little jealous of that.
Me too. I got jelly, jam, I got preserves, I got it all when I seen that. I was like, damn, you hitting that underworld? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was proud of him.
Man.
Brother's like, yo, bro, give you a yes.
Because he didn't even really pop then. He was just the comic. I mean, he was doing Wild and Out, but he wasn't a household name, and he just got Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, and the thing that people don't realize about Matt Rife, and I don't understand this, but he's been doing comedy since he was 15. And what is he, like 27 or something like that? So like he's put his work in. So to people who thinks like he's blowing up like right now out of nowhere, they don't see he's been doing comedy since he was 15. Like he left his hometown, he moved to LA, and he's been steady grinding for this long. So he's a true journeyman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he put the work in.
He deserves everything that he has. True story. Now I don't know what to speak on like the controversial side of things. And what did he do? He said something to somebody's kid. Or something.
So he did two things. The first thing, he told a 6-year-old kid that his mother gets his Christmas presents with OnlyFans money, which is a funny joke. But the other one that got his fan base, which is primarily women, mad, was he said an old joke, dude. he was talking about a waitress with a black eye, and he said, you know, I guess whatever she did, she's not going to do it again. Or the other eye would get, you know, like that old joke.
Yeah, okay. So like a street joke, kind of whatever, old throwaway, you know.
Like, this is the face of the company? Like, this is who you have greeting people? And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should, you know, put her in the kitchen or something where nobody has to see her face, you know? And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
I mean, the thing is, it's like people are super sensitive now, and that joke would fly, you know, 10 years ago. People would laugh at that joke. Is it off-color humor? Yes. Is it, you know, it's a certain brand of humor that a lot of people aren't offended of, but there's a big side, the social justice warriors or whatever, attack them for that. First of all, let's get back to the 6-year-old. Why is your kid on the internet talking to adult males anyway? So
Yeah, exactly.
Call Chris Hansen, Mom. You messed up. You know, To Catch a Predator should be on the case. For real, I feel that's the disconnect there. That's what people aren't saying. Why is the 6-year-old have access to have conversations with grown men on the internet in the first place?
Exactly. Like the blame should be reversed. Yeah. Why is the kid even talking to a comedian? What do you think's going to happen? Any comedian's going to say something, find the joke in that situation.
Well, and that's one of the things that Katt Williams says is when he went against that Wanda lady on the radio, and he said, well, don't you think you took it a little too far by saying all these things? He's like, hey, he goes, I think you don't understand what my job is. He's like, I'm a comedian first. You know, my job is to make people laugh.
Exactly.
So, you misunderstand my job. My job is to be funny. My job is to be funny first. It says a learning experience.
So but to get back to the 6-year-old thing, it's ridiculous that people are attacking him and not the mom. And that's another thing that we're talking about, people being too sensitive. It's like even teaching kids and teachers, you know, the kid will have the benefit of the doubt over the teacher. Kids will believe the kid over the teacher now. When back in the day, the teacher's word was stronger than the kid's word, because the teacher and the parent would have a camaraderie to understand, like, we're here to grow this youth. But now it's like the kid says something and it's the kid's word, you know, guilty before proven innocent.
Dude, it's crazy.
Over the adults. It's crazy.
Like somebody said it, something similar to this, where when we were kids, if you didn't like the teacher, well, tough, you better get on a good side or whatever. And you know, you have to do the work. Now it's like, oh, you don't like the teacher? All right, let's get the teacher fired. It's just a crazy, weird.
And there's no narrative or there's no context. You can just film a teacher eating a sandwich and be like, oh, this teacher took a break when she's supposed to be teaching. And it's like, ooh. And then the internet's like, ooh, what kind of person fire them? And then next thing you know, they're fired.
Dude, it's like a witch hunt all over again, and I'm actually reading a book about the witch hunts back in the 1600s, and it does parallel to today in a lot of ways. But those witch hunt things were crazy, and you talk about taking kids' words. It was like 12-year-old kids that would just say they had a dream about some old lady up the street. And then that lady, next thing she knows, she's in shackles, she's in court. It's just an answer like, and no matter what she says, that's the devil spewing out. Yeah, and then she ends up they kill her.
And then the kids go in the yard and get all their baseballs back. That's what it is.
Yes, indeed.
There was a lady who lived across the street from my friend. Yo, shout out to Bobby Cruz, my boy, my homie from Bayshore. He lived a couple houses down the street. There was a lady who lived across the street from her, from his house, and you couldn't go on her grass. So we lost so many baseballs, fucking whatever, so much stuff. And her name was Miss Millie. Shout out to Miss Millie. God bless her. She's probably in heaven somewhere, and I'm not trying to talk mean about her, but she made a childhood a living hell, because we lived on the street all day playing, you know, touch football and baseball, whatever it is. Anything went even like an inch onto her grass, she would come out and just yell at us, whatever. So one day Bobby's dog got out. It was a little Pomeranian. And first thing it did, it ran across the street and went on her grass. And we took that as a sign from God. We ran all over her yard. we weren't trying to catch a dog. We were just running and round in circles. Laser was the name of the dog. Running. And we were just like going crazy. She was like, get off my lawn. We're like, we're trying to catch the dog. Not really. We're doing cartwheels and shit. You know what I'm saying? We built a tree house in a tree. We didn't care, bro.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that was but yeah, like I said, man, it was a different time back then, man.
It was good times. I think we grew up in I'm obviously probably a bit older than you, but we grew up in a great time period, you know, before
100%.
phones and all that. And then,
dude, manhunt, staying out catching lightning bugs, you know, eating berries off the tree. So many things that we used you don't see kids doing it. Even just like I don't even see kids riding bikes anymore, man.
very
what happened
rare.
to riding bikes?
Yeah, they don't leave the house much, man. It's
Bro,
crazy.
I used to run down the street barefoot until my feet cracked.
And I walked everywhere.
Drinking from the hose.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Now it's like if it ain't Fiji or Dasani or whatever, Zephyr Hills or Poland Spring, I ain't drinking it. And it's like, nah, bro, we used to drink hot ass summer water, sitting in the hose all day. Do you remember that when you turned the faucet on, that first hit was burning hot?
Yeah.
You'd be like, fuck it, drink it.
And it had that hose taste, but nobody cared.
We used to hide under the bleachers at the Bayshore High School during events and collect cans and just like cash them in for ice cream man money. You know, like, do kids still do that? I don't know.
I don't know, man. It feels like there's been an innocence that's been taken away. You know what I'm saying? With this new generations of kids, and they're growing up faster. They know more. They're smarter than us, but they're not living life like
even just like chilling at the bus stop in the morning. We'd have pencil fights. We'd do pogs. We'd be talking shit. We'd be, you know, doing roast battles and pencil, whatever, like chilling. Now it's like every kid at the bus stop, they're just all like this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're turning into the Hunchback of Notre Dame. No one talks to each other. And none of the kids talk to each other. They're all in their own little world.
If they do talk,
it's crazy.
They'll just text each other. The kid will be right over there. Just text them. He's
it's like, yo, bro, how you feeling? Good. Me too. What are you doing today? I don't know. What are you wearing? What are you wearing to school today? It's like, I can look there and see what he's wearing, but it's like, send me a picture.
That's great. Yeah, the kid's right. He's actually behind him in the picture.
Yeah, bro, he's in the picture. Yeah. And he's like, yo, that guy kind of looks like me behind you. It might be. I don't know. Let me ask him. Yo, are you?
Now, being a Bayshore dude and a hip hop head, you want to do a quick top 5 Long Island rappers?
No, I don't. I mean, if I'm gonna go, okay, I have to put my homies in the mix because I don't really know many Long Island rappers, to be honest with you. But I'm just gonna say my homies. I'm gonna give it to Quack. He's on my top 5. He's a buddy of mine named Husam, and he goes by Quack.
Shout out to Quack.
And Quack. I gotta shout out my best friend of all time. Has been my best friend since forever. Since we were doing cartwheels in the locker room. Don't ask. But yo, his name is Doc Mindbender. And he's one of my
I know Mindbender. Did he have dreads? A white kid with dreads?
No. Doc Mindbender is definitely not white.
Okay.
he's black. Well, you can't even say black anymore, right? He's African American. But yeah, Doc Mindbender, he's a great producer, rapper, storyteller. Doc Mindbender and I, back in the day, we used to make our own little radio shows. And you remember back in the day when you used to listen to like tales on the radio?
Yeah.
And you'd have like the sound effects and the voices. And that's actually like one of my first like voice acting things. But we would create all these beats on this old Casio keyboard. And so shout out to Doc Mindbender. Follow him on social media. He's fresh produce since what the hell is it? Fresh produce since 92 or something like that. But yeah, fresh produce because he's producing that fresh content, and he's a dope rapper, dope producer. So shout out to Doc Mindbender. And then you mentioned LL Cool J. I mean, come on now, he's one of the greats. Craig Mack, one of the greats, and me.
Right on.
shout out to me from Long Island. I do comedy rap. I do parody rap. You might remember my Tiger King parody that I did.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Let's cut to the clip.
Let's cut to it.
And we're back. Yeah, man. So I actually been rapping since I was like 11. I was in a rap group with some kids down the street called the Ill Five.
Nice, man.
So that was like my first like group that I was in, and I got my first like taste of being in a group. And I used to love. I remember my mom found one of my papers on the top of the TV and she's like, "What are you talking about in these raps? And what are all these bitches and motherfuckers?" And I'm like, "But mom, it's rap. That's what hip hop is."
Where are these hoes? What are you talking about here?
You better be talking about the hose that you were drinking out of.
Yeah, it better be that warm water hose.
I said, "Oh, it's warm. Oh, them hoses warm, Ma. You right."
I write each verse, wondering if it is worth my time. These words, someday, one day, will it be her? Not now, too late. What a lousy twist of fate. Cause now they pissed and hate us, makes it harder to take. Heartbreak, the pain, every time we hear that name. Can't help but to feel ashamed, so I hide my tears in the rain. I'm yours, you could have been mine too. I never done felt what you put us through. So lost, so confused, black and blue.
Elgin, thank you so much, man. Tell everybody again where they could find. Oh, you got the big show coming up next week.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So first and foremost, if you want to follow me on social media, it's at Elgin David. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. At Elgin David. Super, super easy to follow me there. I Can See Your Voice that's coming up on Fox. It's a really fun show. I'm going to be the break dancer. And actually, look, this is what I'm wearing on the show. I'm wearing this blue and yellow, jumpsuit. I stole it from wardrobe. Anyway, so
it's dope. I like it. It's good. Great colors.
No, I love it. Actually, what happened was but they put this out because I'm the break dancer on the show. That's my character. Everybody, there's like a secret voice character. And basically the concept of the show, if you never saw it, is you have to lip sync to a voice. It could be your voice. It might not be your voice. And then the judges have to help a contestant decide if you're a good singer or if you're a bad singer. And if they get it right, then they win money. Right. So I'm not going to reveal what I am just yet. I want you to watch the show. It comes out next Wednesday, January 31st, 8/7 Central on Fox. My favorite channel versus CBS.
Yeah, that's the cool channel. Yeah,
it is. So it's my first time being on Fox. I've been on MTV. I've been on Nickelodeon. I've been on MTV, Nickelodeon. I've been on NBC with America's Got Talent, and now I'm getting to be on Fox. So I'm super excited about that. So once again, that's I Can See Your Voice on Fox, 8/7 Central, Wednesday, January 31st, and then it'll be available on the next day on Hulu.
Nice.
And also, I got another thing coming up. I'm going to be in, if you're in Florida, February 14th through the 25th, I'm going to be at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. I'm going to be in Tony and Tina's Wedding, which is actually New York's longest running off-Broadway comedy. It's an amazing show. It's my third time being in the show. And basically, it's like everybody in the audience is a guest at a wedding. You're all sitting at a table and you all eat a delicious Italian dinner. And basically, hilarity ensues within this wedding. There's craziness. Ex-boyfriend shows up. Grandma almost dies. X, Y, and Z. It's a lot of fun. It's music. It's dancing. It's fun. And it's going to be at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. 13 shows going from February 14th, Valentine's Day, through February 25th. I'll be playing Barry, the best man. And
nice.
It's a really fun gig. I love it. So go to browardcenter.org if you want to get tickets for that, and hope to see you guys there. So that's going on. And then, of course, GalaxyCon. I'll be in Richmond, Virginia, March 15th through the 17th. You can go to galaxycon.com for that, as well as all the other dates that I'll be with them through the entire year, all the way to December. We go to Richmond, Virginia. We go to Raleigh, like you mentioned. We go to Des Moines, Iowa. We go to did I say Richmond already? I said Richmond. We go to Columbus, Ohio, and a lot of other cities. So check out galaxycon.com for more information. And once again, follow me at Elgin David on Instagram and on TikTok.
Elgin, you rock, man. You definitely bring such positive vibes, such great energy, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you. We got to do this more often, not another couple of years from now.
For sure. I would love to do this again, Don. You always have such a fun time with me, and I love that you continue to represent for the hometown boys and girls, representing, you know, that old school Bayshore, Brentwood vibes, even for, you know, 231 Deer Park Avenue, representing for Fifth Avenue, Main Street, Bayshore, my old street, Clinton Avenue, and also my other old street, Brook Avenue. Shout out to everybody who went to Bayshore High School. And again, I also want to give some love to everybody who was in a part of the Bayshore wrestling team, and also Bayshore Kid Wrestling. Just recently, we lost like a staple, a legend in the community. His name is Jumper Leggio, and Jumper basically was like the father of wrestling and kid wrestling in Bayshore. And he was an amazing man, an amazing mentor to so many wrestlers who came through the Bayshore school system. And he really meant a lot for just anybody who was needed a mentor, needed somebody to teach him something. He was a great man. And so rest in peace to the one and only Jumper Leggio. So anybody who was from Bayshore and ever had a chance to get coached by Jumper, it was honestly an honor and a blessing. So yeah, I don't want to leave on a sour note, but I got to shout out to my Bayshore homies, man.
Yeah, and Jumper Leggio, God bless, and rest in peace and all that.
Yeah,
man.
for sure. And on that note, let's bring it back to the Katt Williams voice. Sorry, Katt Williams. Again, don't come at me, please. I appreciate you. I love you, man. I think you're hilarious.
Elgin David, everybody, check him out. Remember, go to all his socials and catch the show. I could see your voice this Wednesday. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it. He's going to be wearing that jumper right there.
Yeah. And I'm doing my famous move. Finally, I get to do my most famous move that I've been doing since the high school, since the hallways of Bayshore High School. I've been doing this move. I can slide across the floor on my head. And if you want to see me do it, I'm finally getting it on TV this Wednesday at 8 o'clock on Fox. So check it out.
Everybody, check it out. Just for that alone, it's going to be awesome, man. I'm psyched. Elgin David, thank you, everybody.